Hey, welcome to Chima Invests. Today, we're going to talk about something that's hiding in plain sight. It's the single biggest financial decision most people make over and over again, and it is silently destroying their chances of building real wealth. It's not your house, it's not your student loans. No, it's that shiny vehicle parked in your driveway.
Let's just start right here. We've been conditioned to love that smell, right? It smells like success. It smells new, reliable, like you finally made it. But I need you to completely reframe that. From this moment on, when you smell that, I want you to think of it as the scent of a bonfire of your money. It's the signal that you've just triggered a massive financial explosion.
And here's the core of the problem, the fundamental misunderstanding. We're taught to think of cars as assets. People even list them on their net worth statements. But they're not. Let's be crystal clear. An asset puts money into your pocket. A car does the exact opposite. A car is a liability that just sucks money out of your pocket, and it loses value faster than almost anything else you can legally buy. So in this first part, we are going to challenge this powerful cultural belief that a new car equals success. What if we started seeing it for what it truly is? Not a status symbol, that a high-speed, wealth-destroying machine. Think about it like this. Over here, you got a true asset, maybe some stocks, a rental property. It works for you, it grows, it generates income. And over here, you have a car. It's not an investment, it's a consumer good. It's in the same category as your toaster or a pair of jeans, with one massive difference. It costs as much as a small house, and you have to keep feeding it money for gas, insurance, and repairs month after month. So just how fast does this liability lose value? Well, literally the second you drive that brand new car off the lot, its value can crash by as much as 20%, instantly. Now, imagine if you bought $50,000 of stock, and 1 minute later your broker called and said, hey, it's worth $40,000 now. You would be furious. You'd call it a scam. Yet with cars, we do this willingly. We even celebrate it, post a picture on social media. It's wild. And that sticker price? Oh, that's just the beginning. That's just the entry fee to a very, very expensive club. So now we're going to do a little financial autopsy. We're going to slice this thing open and find all the hidden costs that are designed to bleed you dry for years. So let's use a pretty typical number for a new car these days, maybe a popular SUV or truck, $48,000. That feels like the cost, doesn't it? But it's not. That's just the starting gun for a 5-year financial marathon that, frankly, you were never meant to win.
Okay, now look at this. This is where the pain really shows up. You've got that $48,000 sticker price, then boom, sales tax hits. There's $3,000 that just vanishes into thin air. Then you've got the loan interest. Over 72 months, you're just handing the bank an extra $9,000. That's pure profit for them for the privilege of borrowing money. And because it's a new, expensive car, your insurance is higher. Let's call it another $5,000 over 5 years. But the real gut punch, the absolute monster in this equation, is depreciation. That car's value is going to get torched by about $33,000. So when you add it all up, your $48,000 car has actually cost you around $80,000 out of pocket.
Now, let's put this into the harshest possible light. You spent $80,000 of your hard-earned after-tax money to end up with something that is now worth only $15,000. Think about that. You have effectively vaporized $65,000. That is $13,000 a year, just for transportation. This isn't just a bad deal, it's financial insanity when you see it laid out like this. So you have to be asking, if the math is this terrible, why do so many smart people fall into this trap? Well, it's because the entire car buying system is a masterclass in psychological manipulation. Let's pull back the curtain on the tricks and the societal pressures that get us to sign on that dotted line. This one question right here, is the dealership's most powerful weapon. It's the key to a sales tactic often called the four square. The entire goal is to get you to stop thinking about the actual price of the car. If they can get you to focus only on a comfortable monthly payment, they can do whatever they want. They can stretch the loan out for years, they can inflate the interest rate, they can pack in extra fees, all because you're focused on the one number they want you to look at. And this chart shows the result of that trick. Look at how car loans have gotten longer and longer. We're now seeing 84-month loans becoming common. That's a 7-year loan. You are committing to a huge payment for the better part of a decade on a machine that will be out of warranty, breaking down, and rusting long before you actually truly own it free and clear. You're just drowning in interest for years. And we help them.
We justify this crazy decision with a bunch of comforting lies we tell ourselves. There's the safety myth. Oh, I need a brand new car for my family's safety, even though a 4 or 5-year-old car is packed with almost identical modern safety features. Then there's the status signal. We want to look successful to our neighbors. The emotional trap of, you know what, I work hard, I deserve a nice new thing. We fall for leasing, which is just a way to rent a car for the most expensive part of its life. And now there's a new insult, subscription traps. Car makers are now charging you a monthly fee for things like heated seats, features that are already built into the car. It's madness.
Okay, I need your full attention here. This is, without a doubt, the most important part of our whole conversation today. We are about to calculate the true, mind-boggling opportunity cost of being on the car payment treadmill for your whole life. This is the ghost wealth you're giving up without even knowing it. Let's use a very realistic number. The average new car payment is already well over $700. Add in the higher insurance costs for a new car, and you are easily at $800 a month. For millions of people, this isn't an exaggeration. This is their reality. It's a payment that they've just accepted as a permanent bill in their life, like a mortgage, but with nothing to show for it in the end.
And now let's look at the timeline. A pretty typical working career, right? From about age 25 to age 65. That's 40 years. 40 years of making this choice over and over again, trading in the old car, getting a new one, and resetting the clock on that big monthly payment. So here is the multi-million-dollar question I want you to really think about. What would happen if, instead of wiring that $800 to Ford or Toyota or the bank every single month, you invested it instead? What is the real cost of that lifelong decision? $2.7 million. That is not a typo. That is how much money you would have at retirement if you just took that $800 a month and put it in a simple, boring S&P 500 index fund, earning what the market has historically returned. Let that sink in. The decision to always drive a new car doesn't cost you a few $100s a month. It costs you complete and total financial freedom. It is the difference between retiring when you want and working until you drop. This is the idea that should be burned into your brain. That SUV in the driveway isn't just a car. It's the physical form of your retirement portfolio. It's the beach house you'll never own. It's the ability to tell a boss you hate to take a hike. So from now on, when you see a brand new luxury car drive by, don't feel envy. You should feel pity, because that person is literally driving their financial future into the ground just to look rich today. All right, I know that was heavy. We've seen how absolutely devastating this can be. But I'm not going to leave you there. The great news is there is a simple, straightforward, and actionable way to get out of this trap forever. And no, it doesn't mean you have to drive a 20-year-old rust bucket. It just means you have to be smart.
This right here is the secret. It's a massive market inefficiency you can take advantage of. A car's value falls off a cliff in the first few years. After about 4 years, it's lost more than half its value. But, and this is the key, it still has about 80% of its useful, reliable life ahead of it. This is the sweet spot. You let some other sucker pay that huge premium for the new car smell, and you swoop in and buy the vast majority of the car's useful life for a minority of its original price.
And if you do need to get a loan, you have to use this rule as your financial guardrail, the 23-8 rule. This isn't just some random set of numbers. It's like a vaccine against overspending on a car. 20% down proves you can save and have skin in the game. A loan no longer than 3 years means you'll pay it off fast, build equity, and avoid paying tons of interest. And keeping the payment under 8% of your gross income, well, that guarantees your car doesn't eat your ability to save and invest. This simple math makes it almost impossible to buy a car you can't truly afford. Ultimately, this all comes down to a major shift in your mindset. You have to learn to stop loving the car and start loving what not having a car payment gives you. Freedom. You have to be okay with not having the shiniest car in the office parking lot. But understand this. The person in the brand new luxury car is probably stressed to the max, one bad month away from financial trouble. Meanwhile, you, in your reliable 5-year-old Toyota that's paid off, you have peace of mind. You sleep better at night. That is true wealth. So I'll leave you with one final question. I want you to go outside, look at your car, or the car you've been dreaming about buying, and ask yourself honestly, is this shiny metal box, this temporary status symbol, really worth almost $3 million for my future? The answer, when you see the real numbers, is always no. If this perspective was helpful, please subscribe to Chima Invests and maybe share this with a friend or family member who really needs to see it. Help someone you care about choose their freedom over a depreciating piece of metal. Thanks for tuning in.